What? Yeah, right. It's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. In today's video, other than the sun in my eyes, I've got an RTV 850 here beside me with a front blade. So in today's video, we're going to do a quick overview of what an RTV-XG 850 is with this nice fancy front blade on it. And then we're actually going to jump out and use it. You know, we're blessed with some snow now, so stick with us. We'll do an overview and then jump right to a demo. Okay, so the Kubota RTV-XG 850 Sidekick from Kubota. Lots of numbers and words there. Basically, it is the gas version of the RTV series from Kubota. So it is a full-size unit. The only gas unit, full-size gas unit that Kubota has. It's got that 48 horsepower gas engine there. You know, it was originally developed by Subaru and then went to Yamaha and then Kubota. This one is like a 2018 version, so it is going to be that Subaru engine in there. The new ones now will be fully branded Kubota, our Kubota and all that jazz. They've gone through a few different upgrades over the years, and that is one of them, is definitely in the engine itself. You know, this is kind of like a 70-30 work play machine, you know, like 70% work, 30% play. You know, you're going to have a top speed there with that belt-driven transmission. You're going to be in around that 65, 68 kilometers an hour, but it is built to last kind of idea. You know, it won't stay up with all your friends out there with the 1000cc engine blowing past you, but it will get you down the trail at a relatively good speed. And then it's going to last while you're going out doing your fencing, especially out west. You know, you got those thousands of acres moving around. Maybe you have a trap line. All those things. It is very durable. You'll see the rear dump box here. You know, it is fully metal, a sprayed box liner there. So it's going to do what you want to do and get you there rather quickly. It is built on the same platform as what you see on the diesels. So it has a lot of the same features and everything like that. There is also a ton of different ways to customize these machines. You'll see with the newer ones now, you'll have a couple different packages, whether it be a Rancher package or Nordic kit. Again, we got a few videos on there going into great detail about those packages or a lot of the different options and features that you will see. But in this case, you'll see that it has the standard plain roof installed as well as a plain windshield. It's got the rear headrest there and also an electric bed lift there, which is a fairly expensive option, but it is fairly handy if you're going to be using that dump box quite a bit. It also has that nice green color to it. You're not going to see too many out there like that. The reason for that is, well, John Deere's green, so Kubota and their dealers went, no. We'll take black and orange and silver, gray, whatever other color you want. Red and green, not so much. So, but the neat thing is you'll see the rims too. Nice green. It is pretty snazzy that way, but you won't see too many out there like that. But let's jump out front now and talk about that fancy blade. Okay, so the front blade we have out here for the 850 series is a different blade than what you're going to see on the other diesels. Why is that? Well, because it's going to require a few different things to hook it up. It doesn't exactly hook up the same way as the diesel blades. It is also a little bit lighter because, again, the diesels are going to be pushing a little bit more, doing a little bit more for the average one. These also have, you know, your straight blades, hydraulic angles. It's got the 6-way blade, all available through Kubota. This is what you get for an 850, is this one here, which is the V0840, which is a 74-inch angle, manual angle blade. It's an easy, quick, and simple hookup. So, again, it is all fully installed here now. But let's say you were going to install it, again, just going to be driving your machine up to it, hooking up the winch on the front, and then it's kind of going to be floating there, and then you're going to hook up 2 spring pins on the back. They're kind of already loaded there. You're just going to press it up and install it. So again, the dealer's already installed all the plating that you need underneath, so it's going to be quick, simple. It's a 5-minute job kind of idea. With that winch, if you got the remote on there, you're basically standing off to the side, watching it, and hooking it up. Quick, simple, easy to do. It doesn't matter whether it's level or not. You're going to install it in minutes and then jump out and start enjoying it. So as you see, it's sitting here. This is how the unit comes. There, you know, it's pretty standardized. It's a, you know, you'll see a couple springs there for the spring trip. Really, the only option you can get is going to be the Tyvar cutting edge. Again, that's a plastic cutting edge. Very expensive. You're going to want, you know, to have that beautiful laneway not marked up. That's the only time you're going to be getting it. I'd still recommend going aftermarket for it because the Kubota one, once they put that K on it, can get rather expensive. As for the costing of the whole unit, once you start pricing it out against other various models and competition, it's going to be that like upper mid-range. You know, there is definitely more expensive ones out there, and there's also your cheaper ones, whether it be a Kimpex or whatnot, that will come in at less money. It is a manual angle out front here, so if you do want to change angles from straight, or as you see it here, a little bit of an angle, you will need to do that manually, and then obviously with the winch there, it will be electric lift up on it. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple, easy to use. So now let's jump right out and use this baby.
The baton was handed off. Hi, I'm Kyle. I am the Huckabones YouTube filmer editor, and I'm also a big plow guy in the ATV UTV market, as people would say. Not exactly a role that I was determined and set on having, but I just ended up having. So I know a fair bit about a variety of different plows out there on the market, and we're going to give this one a whirl today. Okay, well, today is a balmy minus stupid. That's Celsius. Whoa, whoa, easy fella, easy. All right. Well, that cleaned up the edge pretty nice, actually. Alright, gives me a good idea of what's going on. The plow feels really heavy, which is good. It's a good thing. I think you understand what I mean when I say the plow heavy, you know? I'm going to try and find a little, something a little heavier. It looks like it cleaned up the edge real nice. We're going to try something a little extra. This is all fairly fluffy on the top, especially now that it's colder, but about halfway through that snow depth is pretty crusty. There's a pretty good layer in the middle, but it seems to smash through pretty good.
Really wasn't that stuck?
Yeah, it really wasn't, but it was just enough. So yeah, the plow did great. The RTV just got hung up once I broke through that crust layer, because the plow just rode on top of the crust layer, and then yeah, I just kind of fell through it, so got hung up a little bit. It was just barely stuck. So there you have it. I paid the price for being a bit of a hooligan, but we got stuck in that crust layer I was telling you about. The plow kind of just went right over top, and then the machine just kind of broke through that crust because of obviously its weight. But when I got past that little scenario and I got pulled out, thank you by the way, I came over here and we had a really good run right here. And yeah, we put that plow down on the base below that crust layer and it just went right through it, no questions asked. So we did a couple runs like that, moved a bit of snow. We don't have a whole lot to deal with, but I definitely had some moments where it would slide the UTV rear end back a little bit, but ultimately it just kept tracking and stayed true, and it was great. So I'm going to pass you back to Chris now, and we're going to wrap up the video.
All right, so that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the RTV 850 in action with that front snow blade. Again, it's always fun to bring you that kind of stuff, to really see this thing moving out there, because it gives you an idea of what is available on the market. So whenever you do go to your local Kubota dealership, you can say, I want that, and know how it operates, and gives you some background knowledge. So if you did enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Thank you.